Now let's go straight to the presidential office. We're bringing in our correspondent. Reporter Jeon Jeong-in, is former President Yoon still staying at the residence?
Yes, that's correct. Former President Yoon recently met with Kwon Young-se, the Emergency Response Committee Chair, and Kwon Seong-dong, the floor leader of the People Power Party, at the Hannam-dong residence. The two conveyed their regret over the Constitutional Court's decision, and former President Yoon reportedly urged them to prepare well for the presidential election centered on the party and to ensure victory. Although former President Yoon is still at the residence, it seems likely that he will soon move to his Seocho-dong residence. However, it is expected that it will take some time to actually move due to personal arrangements and preparations at the residence. In the past, former President Park Geun-hye also left the Cheongwade residence 2 days after her removal decision and returned to her Samseong-dong residence. Earlier, just 2.5 hours after the Constitutional Court's ruling, former President Yoon released a brief 150-page statement through his legal team. He expressed deep regret and apologized for not meeting the public's expectations and stated that he would always pray for the beloved Republic of Korea and its people. However, the statement did not clearly address whether he accepts the Constitutional Court's decision.
It seems like the presidential office, which was expecting his return, must be in shock. I heard Chief of Staff Jong Jin-sok and other aides at the presidential office offered to resign.
Yes, that's correct. All senior aides above the level of Chief Secretary at the presidential office have collectively offered their resignations to Acting President Han Duck-soo. However, just a while ago, Acting President Han rejected their collective resignations. The Prime Minister explained that this decision was to ensure that there would be no gaps in state affairs during a critical time for the economy and security, and to handle urgent matters without disruptions. The presidential office, which had hoped for the president's reinstatement, seems to be in a state of shock following the removal decision. Under heavy silence, they have not released any separate official message. However, since the removal decision has been made, it seems that the presidential office will begin follow-up procedures such as clearing out the office. That's the latest from the president's office.